Honeywell Cinema Club, Episode 2, Take 1.
Hi guys, welcome to Honeywell Cinema Club. I'm Brynna.
I'm Emma.
And today we're here to talk about our debut film, Clover.
Oh my gosh.
It's over. It wrapped. We did it. How do you feel? What are you going through right now, possibly, as a first-time writer and director?
Well, okay, so it's Friday. It's been officially 1 week since we started filming.
Literally a week, exactly.
I can't tell you what I did Monday through Wednesday of this week.
That is all a dream.
I have no memory. I remember going to work, and I remember leaving work, but I don't remember doing anything at work.
Not one thing.
I definitely did things. I definitely turned things in, but I definitely coasted Monday and was just so out of it. But today it's like everyone was posting their BTS and
all the posts came in today.
And I was like, oh my God, we actually filmed it.
Oh my God, I remember that happening.
I was like, what?
When did that happen?
We shot, just to start it off like this, we shot 24 pages of straight dialogue in 2.5 days.
Yes, we did. We did do that. I do
We
remember.
basically gave ourselves a 48-hour film festival, but without the editing.
Oh my God. Can you imagine the goodbye?
No, I don't know how people do that.
That
has
filming
to be
is fine, but editing, no.
That has to be an 8-minute,
Make it
10-minute max.
Make it 2. Let's do 2.
Yeah.
In fact.
That's a little bit better.
Yeah, that's terrible. It was insane, the amount we did. But it
yeah.
only worked because it was just straight so much dialogue and lots of long scenes of talking.
Right.
Not yapping, but just
No.
very conversational, real people having conversations,
Yeah,
which I'm
and
always drawn to.
I've always kind of compared it to the before sunrise, sunset series. It's just a lot of real conversations and not a whole lot of entertainment action. Yeah. It's just a real story and all these really honest conversations about self-sabotage and getting in your own way and not being honest about your feelings.
Yeah.
So
every time. So it's been a week.
Yeah.
You've coasted, been going through the motions. You're here. How do you feel now, looking back? Not in it, not rushing pre-pro, not filming, saying action. We've had a week of separation. What is it? Is it settled? Does it feel real? Does it not hit?
It's settled a little bit because I've been kind of going through footage and color grading stuff just to see what it looks like. Because when you're shooting, for anybody who doesn't know, you shoot in log. You shoot in flat color.
It just doesn't look slay.
It's very unsaturated.
No contrast. No shadow.
And
it's just flat.
It's
almost
so
black and white, low key.
Yes. And it's so you can color grade better and really bring out colors. But during shooting, a cinematographer, someone will typically throw on what's called a LUT or a preset. So you can kind of get an idea of what it'll look like.
Just a vibe.
Yeah. And so our DP, Mackenzie Thompson, who absolutely killed it, she had a LUT on her camera. And so I was able to look at hers some, but it still wasn't the exact color.
Mm-hmm.
But when I color graded some clips this week, I was like, oh my God.
That's a movie. That's a literal film.
It looks so good.
It does look really good. I'm really excited.
It looks
Everyone
so
that's
good.
seen the color grade.
It's so weird.
It looks good.
Because just as a project that I've now completed production-wise, it feels real and it feels I feel a lot of relief having gone through so much pre-pro.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's clicked with me still what the story is about and where it came from and the fact that I filmed it. And also it's just starting to hit me that there are scenes that I literally have been picturing standing in my kitchen while making dinner that we then shot in my apartment.
In the exact place.
In the exact same place. And that's when a little like,
It's a bit surreal.
yeah, it's like my little fantasy dreams. And then
Yeah.
somebody acted those out,
I said, let's do it.
which was crazy.
That is so fun. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're coming to terms with that. So more of
Yeah.
that is hitting. Okay.
Mhm.
Do you wish you had more time for pre-pro, or do you feel like it was good?
I feel like the only thing a little bit of more time would have been good for was maybe fundraising.
Mm.
But I feel like other than that, everything went really smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
And we struggled a little bit, and I'm sure we'll talk about it, but we struggled a little bit with locations. And
That one was difficult for this.
that one was difficult. But I also don't think if we had had any more time, that would have made that any easier.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everyone that wanted to donate did, you know, in the time that we had. So I feel like the amount we raised was going to happen whether we had 10 more days, 20 more days. It's just, and
'Cause
this is
we-
our first film we're doing under Honeywell too.
Mhm.
Also, first time using Indiegogo.
Yes.
A lot of people, like, on my parents' like side and like family and people like on Facebook,
Had
you know,
never heard. Never
we're
heard
like,
of it.
that is a scam. They're like, I'm not
I'm
putting
like,
my
"I
credit card
promise it's
details in there.
not."
And I was like, it's not, but I understand. So, like, is Venmo okay? But because kind of like the timing is weird and I'm not seeing these people on Facebook and I don't want to just hound them, give me money, kind of lost cause.
Mhm.
So,
And I feel like there were definitely a lot of pros and cons to the whole Indiegogo thing because I really liked the idea of having perks, and I feel like that helped a lot.
I love the perks.
But any platform that you raise money through, if it's not a personal platform like Venmo or whatever, is going to take a cut.
the cut.
And that
hurts.
is tough when you're already like an indie short film where like every dollar kind of matters.
Yes.
But also I just like really wanted to try something like that, and I felt like it was a good way to organize
Yeah.
and keep track of everything. So I did like using it.
Yeah. Do you think we should use that for the next one?
I don't know.
I see pros and cons. Like,
I see
like
pros and
just like you
cons.
said. Just
Yeah.
like you said. I'll have to research into that more.
Yeah.
Okay. Period. So, we've had a week to think.
Mm-hmm.
So many things happen on a film set. So many things go wrong. So many things go right. What are some of the things that went wrong? What were some of the biggest challenges that were like, oh my God, didn't think about that happening. What do we do now?
There wasn't a whole lot of like panic on the set because it
very
was
calm.
so
It was very chill.
chill and easy. I think there were a couple things we had to figure out, and that was more about like, oh, we know we're not going to be able to get through all these scenes, so we need to push one till Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But then that ended up working out.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so I think we really figured everything out. I think I had just forgotten to do a lot on Friday and like the week leading up. So we had a couple things like printing out paperwork, or like I had forgotten to print out literally the photo of our two main characters that was going to be a prop and an insert in the movie until like the night before. So then like we wrapped Friday night, and I was like about to be in bed at like 1:30, and I was like, oh my god, the photo. And so then I hopped on like Walgreens and did like express print for the next day, but then we got it. So it's like, it's not,
It all worked out.
everything was really fine. We had our lovely friend Bridget Buckley made us
Thank God. Bless your
dinner
heart.
for the dinner scene.
If that didn't happen.
So
I
that
don't
was
even know.
handled. So it really was like fine.
It's-
Also, like, we just had a lot of people who offered us so much support.
So many.
And like, shout out to my mom too, because
Yes.
we had
oh my
our
God, yes. She really came in clutch.
we had our Saturday shoot, and I had planned to cater something for lunch that day.
That was like the biggest, longest day, and it was all crew and all casts. Like, most of the times it was just 2 actors. This was like everyone.
Mhm.
Everyone was on deck.
And it didn't hit me until like that morning that the place I was thinking of was actually 30 minutes away from our location.
Right.
Because all of our other locations were near this restaurant. So I was thinking, oh, we'll do that on Saturday. Hey, we're actually filming in Franklin on Saturday.
Yeah,
so
that's
we're
not going to be
very
happening.
far. And I literally was just telling my mom about it in the morning. and she sends me a text after I'm on set, and she's like, what time are you guys eating? And I like hand my phone to Brynna because
I was talking with Angie, like, I was like, Angie, these are the deets. Angie, what can we do? Angie, help me, please.
And my mom from Birmingham, Alabama, literally like called Chick-fil-A and catered Chick-fil-A for the whole cast and crew, and like got it done. All somebody had to do was go pick it up, and it was
so helpful just to have that
so
one thing
helpful.
Off our plate, like mentally.
Yeah,
because that was the big day. That was the big one.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really nice that she handled it, and then Calista and I went and grabbed it.
Yes.
That Chick-fil-A was crazy. Like, there was just so much going on inside that we were like, okay, yeah, for sure. We figured it out, but yeah, that mental problem and wait was just so helpful. So thank you, Angie. So everything worked out. Everything was good.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything you would go back and change, or do you feel like so good? Like, do you really wish you went back and printed those things, or is it like fine to you?
That stuff is fine. I think there are things that I would do differently, but it's all super minor. And that all comes with like just having done it. Yeah. You know, like everything that I've been thinking about I would have done differently is not something that I ever would have thought about either on set or pre-production. It's just like now that I've sat here for a week, I'm like, oh, I would have done that differently. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more of that after we're editing. And I'm like, oh, I should have like explained that differently. I should have like maybe had us move over here, you know, maybe had us do one more take or blah, blah, blah. And I don't think anybody who works in film or on any project at all in any industry, I don't think anybody turns anything in or finishes a project and goes, yeah, I did that perfectly. Yeah. You know?
That's just not going to happen.
Everybody walks away with things that they would have done differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with what you did.
I'm very happy with it, which feels very odd to me.
Usually I leave set on something that I like wrote and directed, and I'm like digging my grave. Like, thanks guys, I'm peacing out because I can't think about this ever again. I don't know. Sometimes that just happens, especially like the first few times I was doing it. So it's really cool seeing like your first thing, although not done, be so successful and so easy feeling and like just calm and vibe and chill. That's a real testament to like the pre-production and then like your nature and like what we're trying to do with Honeywell too.
Yeah.
So good job. Oh my God.
It's also a big compliment to everyone who we worked with too, because I would not have been so calm had everybody else not been so calm, you know?
Yes.
And wouldn't have been able to like go through all that had everybody not been so kind, so supportive. Like every single time I'd walk over to like a different crew member, whether it was like AJ or Tori or whatever, everyone would be like, how are you doing? Are you okay? And I'm like, this does not happen on every set.
No, people would ask me if I was okay when that was like my big thing was asking you, because that's like kind of like my job and responsibility that I was taking over.
Right.
So
and I would like, nice. I would like stop and be like, because everybody, like when things would get intense, it's like, I have also, I'm not just a director. Like I've been a cinematographer. I've been a script supervisor. I've done a lot of the little jobs. And so I know how much that means to have somebody just stop and be like, is everybody okay? Is everybody drinking enough water? Does anybody need a snack? Like, do we need, we've blacked out all these windows for 10 hours. Do we need to step outside and get some sunlight? Like, that's so nice. Important to me to hear. So then it's important to me as a director to say that to people too. Yeah.
No, going out for our lunch break was insane. Christopher Nolan-esque, like, where am I? When am I? What's going on?
Our dinner scene we shot on Saturday, which was basically all of Saturday, and it had to be at night,
of course.
And so we blacked out all of the windows at Mackenzie's house, starting at like 11 a.m., 11:30, 12, yeah. And we were in darkness till we broke for lunch at like 5:30. I thought that it was like 10 p.m. the whole time.
It really messes with you bad.
And because I couldn't see any of the tape. Like, I could not see.
We did good.
You guys really, really, really nailed it.
We did good. Thank you. We taped it.
But then, yeah. But then we stepped outside, and I was like, the sun is still out.
It messes with your body.
Yeah,
like,
it was
just
weird.
It's crazy, but so fun.
Mm-hmm.
I love a good lunch break.
Yes.
Who doesn't? I loved picking up lunch with Callista every day. So fun.
Shout out to Callista. We went to UF with Callista.
Yes.
And she's the best. And she literally came up here from Florida.
Literally booked a ticket up here for an unpaid
project to be a production assistant.
She was like, I just want to be on set with y'all. And I said, I could cry and give you a big smooch.
And also shout out to my cousin Taylor.
Yeah. Oh my God,
he
Taylor.
also drove 7 hours up here.
Drove 7.
Yes, from Florida to be second AC.
That's my Pookie Bear. I love him.
And he made so many friends.
Much. That's what I'm saying. Like, he has to move here. And that's another thing. Like, all the connections you make on set, like, these were like real genuine connections and like great friends. Like, dude, there's some sets where like people will not talk to you. Like, they could physically not care less about you if you lived or died in front of them. Even they don't care. And like, no one was like that. Everyone was just so nice. And like, people made real friendships like outside of like, oh, that was awesome, like, great time, but like, bye. Like, everyone wants to hang out again, and like, I miss them. I know you miss them so bad. Every second Emma's like, I haven't seen them in 5 days. I'm
having Clover withdrawals.
It's bad.
It's because like the first day everybody's kind of getting to know each other. Second day you're like in that groove, you're starting to make jokes with each other. Sunday, third day, everyone's like laughing and like
just so close now.
So close. We've all bonded. We've all stayed up late with each other. And then you're like, okay, wrapped. We're never going to all be here again. And I go,
that's messed up.
That's really messed up.
That's messed up.
Because I'm like, what do you mean I'm never going to be with all these people again? I might.
We will. Just the connections you make. It's just so awesome. And this was like a really good one. Like, I loved everyone.
Same.
Shout out Mackenzie for bringing most of those people here. Shout out Mackenzie for breathing. Doing anything.
Out Mackenzie for everything that she's done. Shout out to Zeta, who literally connected me and Mackenzie.
Thank God for you.
Because this film would not have been as good as I feel like it's going to be had it not been for Mackenzie.
The cam and lighting.
I remember
crazy.
our first call between me, Mackenzie, and our associate producer Will, and I was like, yeah, like I'm thinking if we can like raise this much money, then we can get like an FX3 or like an FX6 or something like that. And then Mackenzie's like, so I have free access to an FX9. And Will is like, yeah, I have this and I have this and I can get us this and I can get us
all
this
things.
and this.
Thank God for Will too. Thank God for everyone, but like the people that brought so much to the table and like equipment that like we could not have ever had access to or afford.
No. And so then helpful. Like the only thing we really had to rent was lenses, filters, and like a couple little miscellaneous things. Yeah. Which is nothing.
Actually nothing.
And so because of that, we got to have like really high quality lenses that like are dream lenses. And it was just like such a shock because it makes such a big difference when you're watching that footage.
Yes. I was shook.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. It just looks so good.
So shout out to Mackenzie and all of the production companies that let her borrow equipment because I'm so grateful for that.
Was very, very much necessary. Oh my God. And then the insurance.
Right.
This is both of our first times doing any kind of insurance.
First time using insurance for equipment.
A hard pill to swallow.
Really
when
hard
you see that quote for the first time, you just let it simmer. it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
We did it, and that, that was our budget. That was our budget that we like did.
Exactly. And it's like, we either would have not done insurance and done like cheaper equipment, but because we had access to all this high quality equipment,
gotta do it, bro.
it was like, we're gonna get these lenses and we're gonna do what we need to do to get these lenses. And we still had money left over for food, for like paying people back for miscellaneous things, for paying for parking. Most people had to pay for parking the first night because of where we shot. And I was so nervous about not being able, like, I just wanted to be able to break even.
Yeah.
For this film.
Literally
and
the goal.
I was able to do that. And that helps me sleep at night.
Yeah. It worked out like exactly.
Exactly.
It's so close. It's not even funny. So I'm very happy with what we did, budgeting wise, fundraising wise, spending wise. We killed that. That's crazy. What do you remember feeling during the process? Were you 100% fully pumped, excited, confident? Did you ever have moments of like doubt? I mean, this was literally your first big step into writing, directing, and that's so different. Do you remember any like specific feelings, or were you just coasting, going with the flow?
I feel like I was actually like coasting, going with the flow, and was just trying to be so present, because I'm not very good at doing that usually. And I feel like that's because I put so much work into the pre-pro, because I've sat and watched like hundreds of videos with directors being like, the toughest thing you will do is pre-pro, so then your shoot is so easy. And it's so different for everybody on set. Like, it's kind of the opposite for a DP. Like, you're preparing during pre-pro, but your stressful part comes during production.
Yeah.
Because you're like, okay, this is how I plan the setup, but then you see it and you're like, okay, this is not working. So then you have to trial a bunch of times before the setup is actually ready. Mm-hmm. And then even when you're like, okay, I'm ready, you're still going, am I ready? Like,
is it perfect?
Is it
good
perfect?
Enough?
And I remember I'd go to Mackenzie like at lunch or something, and I'd be like, dude, it's looking so good. And she's like, for real? She was like, really? Because I've been sitting here going like, I could have done 1,000 things differently. And I'm like, no. I'm sitting over here like in La La Land, like, oh my God, my film looks so good.
Yes. And that's the best feeling.
And that is really like how a director really should be.
That's the duality that you need to strive for.
Yeah. And but also like, I felt like I was coasting a little bit too, because I felt not oddly comfortable, but I felt a little surprisingly comfortable directing.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Like,
you locked into it. It just like, not like tooting your horn. You really did just like lock into place very naturally, very comfortable. Like, based on all of our pre-production conversations, I thought you were going to be freaking the hell out. I thought you were going to be like crying, low-key. I thought there was going to be a time when you were crying, not because of rap, but because of like the stress of it all. Because like pre-pro Emma was a different Emma. Pre-pro Emma was going through things. Production Emma, I've never seen someone more meant to do something. Like, you were literally just in it, and that was really cool to see and funny. Like, it is funny, like the two different Emmas was crazy.
No, for real. Pre-pro Emma was like,
I would get like calls and texts from you being like, this is not happening. Like, this cannot. It's not gonna work out.
I was stressing for the both of us during pre-pro.
Yeah, and I was like, it'll just work out.
But then it's like, I love not just storytelling, but like, I love acting so much. And like, I grew up, that was what I wanted to do since I was like a kid. And that world has always been very familiar to me, because I've grown up doing that and I've been in their position so many times. And so I felt very comfortable communicating what I wanted to see with them. Mm-hmm. And I also felt comfortable like letting them try things and play around. Like, it was important to me to communicate what the end goal was. And like per scene, I would be like, yeah, this is what basically the purpose of this scene is, and this is what you both should be feeling now, but say it however you think your character would say it.
But that's what is really important, is the trust between directors and actors. Directors have to trust their actors to do their job and let them have control over the characters. And the actors have to trust the directors to tell them if it's working or not. Like, you need that. I hate when a director is never giving anything, notes, whether positive or negative. If you're just like, okay, next, to everything, that is actually truly terrifying, and you're falling without having anything to land on because you have nothing to go off of. So I think that worked out really well. Y'all had a really good bond, gave great notes. And I oftentimes find that a big strength of directors that I think do well, or like are my favorite, or considered the best, are either actors themselves or focus more on the acting craft. And they love acting and not just filmmaking. They're not just going out there to make a film, you know? I think there is that connection between acting and films, because it's one of, if not the most important thing.
Oh yeah.
So there has to
and
be
I was
pull.
very, very extremely lucky to have two absolutely incredible lead actors on this.
Best cast.
I knew, and I know you remember this, I knew very quickly who those two were going to be.
You did.
We had one person, to be honest, who we had also considered for Daisy, who was an incredible actress.
Like, so great.
So
Seriously.
good. It was just such minor differences and more of like a gut feeling for who I went with.
At the end of the day, it has to be someone. It has to be one person.
Exactly. And it wasn't about like I couldn't tell you what it was. And that, I think, is something we should talk about too, is like our process going through casting.
Ooh, that'd be a really good topic, like, for a thing.
Yeah,
too.
because that was very eye-opening to go through casting. Because I felt like, and I know you've done this too, but I used to sit around watching casting videos, like casting directors talking about how to film auditions and like what you should be doing as an actor all the time. And there are sometimes you hear things and I'm like, what are they talking about? And they're like, sometimes you just don't even know. You just like, you see someone and you're like, that is this character. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of silly. I get it now.
Yeah.
Like, I fully get it now. Because I saw Claire. She was like the fourth person. Claire Keller.
She was so early.
She was like the fourth person to send in an audition tape. And I remember opening up that video. And I was like, oh my God.
That's her.
And she does something so incredible. And I have told her this 1,000 times, but she is one of those actors who knows how to act with her eyes. And
those
that is
big doe eyes.
Such a difficult thing to do. That is something that has to come naturally to someone. Like, you cannot train someone to do that. And I could see it in her audition. And it was so... She was really one of the first people. I mean, she was so early on, but she was one of the first people who I saw do an audition that wasn't exactly how I had pictured it when I wrote it. Like, she said a couple lines a little bit differently, and I had her do it like that in the actual shoot because I loved it so much. And I was like, that's kind of the person that I was looking for, was somebody who can see something past what I've wrote, you know?
I love that.
And she absolutely killed it.
She did.
And we're also like curly hair twins.
The BTS pics, we don't know who's who.
The BTS pics, I'm like, and she's also wearing my clothes in some of them. I'm like, I can't tell if that's me or if that's
wow,
Claire.
I look really good in that photo. And
Wow.
it's literally Claire.
It's literally Claire.
How was it finding Noah?
I'm gonna be raving about Noah for like years. Like when Noah's doing like big giant feature films, I'm gonna be like, he was in Clover.
Yeah, we found him.
He was in Clover.
By the way, we discovered him.
And same for Claire. Like I see it for both of them so clearly, and they both have such good movie names. I talk about this all the time. People, you have a really good movie name, like Brynna Hower. Yes, Noah was like a blessing,
a godsend,
a
Hail Mary,
a Hail Mary, because we had 70 auditions for a short film that had 7 roles. It was tough. And it was primarily girls who auditioned.
As always.
And it was so hard finding Charlie, who's our lead character. Because our shoot was so fast, we only had 2.5 days to shoot. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like there was much room for me to work with somebody.
Yeah.
And we were having people audition with no experience or a lot of experience. And we have, 2 or 3 actors on our set who had never acted before, ever. Yeah. It's just about, like, who worked and who didn't. And I could not find somebody for Charlie. It just was not working, because Charlie's supposed to be somebody who, like, by the end, the audience should be, like, fighting for him, basically.
Like, in
love with him. And I wasn't seeing that with anybody. And
you didn't have that moment like you did.
I didn't have that moment with yes. That's a great way to explain it. Because when I saw Claire, I was like, oh, that is Daisy. And I didn't have that with any guys. And then the day that auditions were closing, I went to work. I was packing up my stuff. I was going to go home, and then I was going to drive home to Birmingham that night. I get home. I'm like packing up Boone, and I just opened my email just to like check, and I see that there's like a couple, I think it was like 3 or 4 new submissions, and one of them was a guy. And I was like, let me just look at his headshot and see how I feel. I'm not going to watch it till I get to Birmingham, but let me just see. Opened up his headshot, and I said, wait a minute.
This could work.
I said, wait a minute. And then definitely didn't get in my car. I definitely stayed in my apartment.
Right.
Opened up his audition. And first, like, 5 seconds, I was like, yeah, he's it. I was so sure. I think I was the most stressed out in pre-pro during casting. But I also had the most fun during casting.
Yeah, it's both.
Yeah. And after having Noah and Claire, like, everything just came together very easily. And I felt a lot more peace.
Yeah.
And a lot more just, like, confident in doing all of this, knowing that I was most likely going to have them as my 2 leads. And then I remember we did a little callback session, and we did a Zoom callback with Claire and Noah. And as soon as we opened it up, like, they didn't just read the script, they also were like asking questions.
And they were bouncing off of each other too,
which is so hard to do.
Like, they were playing over Zoom.
Yes.
That's really hard.
And then they were like, in between that, they were like asking us questions about like where we're from and everything.
Responding to each other too, like.
Yes, and not that that's like a mandatory thing you should be doing in callbacks, blah blah, but it is like, it shows your personality. And
just
I'm like,
how you're gonna click with each other.
Yes, and how everybody's gonna click on set together. Like, are you gonna be someone who can play around, who can like me say, hey, I'm not liking how this sounds, even though I wrote it. I just want you to try something different. And I want somebody to feel comfortable enough to do that. And Claire was 100% comfortable doing that. And so was Noah.
It was also so fun and interesting as an actor watching Noah's process, like getting ready for certain takes and actions that were going to happen. Like, bro was locked in.
So locked in.
He was ready. So that was really cool to see. Like, he would put on headphones for some like serious moments and like excuse himself, and like you could see he was like
No, I
getting
remember
into it. He was getting into it, man.
I remember first night. First night was also like I was trying to find my groove, and I like wasn't like writing down a lot of notes. Where like Saturday I was writing down everything. And we were in the hallway, and we have this dolly scene in the hallway. And it's like the opening scene, and it's super intense, and there's like a lot of emotions going on. And Claire is getting dressed, and she's getting her makeup done, and she's getting her hair sprayed. It's supposed to be set like it's raining outside, so her hair was getting sprayed wet. And she's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, where's Noah? I go out in the hallway. Noah is sat on the ground, headphones on, absolutely locked in.
Dialed in.
And I was so impressed by him and Claire. Just by the, like, we've said this so much too tonight, but like the professionalism both of them showed, and the commitment. Like, I can't tell you the amount of questions both of them asked me, like, before we started shooting.
They asked great questions too.
They would both text me like paragraphs and be like, so during this scene, I'm thinking that like Daisy's feeling like this, or I'm thinking like Charlie's feeling like this. And I'm like, it's so nice to have somebody ask you questions about these characters that I've been writing for so long. But also, like, they brought up questions that, like, I had never thought about.
They really cared and, like, went into the text and characters.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good having that, too, as the writer and director of the script. Because some actors, they're just going to kind of come in and be like, hey.
And do what's there.
They really cared. They really cared.
And that meant so much to me. Like, the more I talked to them about where the story came from and how much it meant to me, I could tell that they took on that care too and tried their hardest to like give me what I needed, and that meant the world to me. And that's honestly probably what made me cry after production was over, because I was just like, the fact that everybody respected the way I felt about this and like wanted it to be so
People
good.
People care like about this. It's
which
so
is so
sweet.
Shocking. Like, I don't know why that's so crazy to me, because I know how I feel about other films that I work on and how much I care about those things. But it's just like hearing from the parent of the girl who plays Teen Daisy that they like read the whole script and like loved the film and are happy to be there. Like, that means so much to me. Like, I forget all the time that I wrote it. I'm like, no, this is just like a little thing. I wrote it, and it's like loosely based on true events.
But you did, and I think the work shows that, and will show it when it's time.
It looks so good. I'm so excited.
Me too. Do you have any like favorite moments or like jokes or like experiences that you want to share?
I mean, I'm sure there's like 1,000.
There's too many.
Yeah. It was actually really funny because I'm such a fan of blooper reels. And it didn't hit me till like, it didn't hit me till like Monday that like, this is such a serious film. There really wasn't a lot of like blooper moments.
Really? Maybe mentally.
I think we laughed a lot in between shots. On camera stuff.
Yeah.
Not a lot. There's definitely some dinner scene moments because we had so much cast there.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely some good things. But most of it, because we had so much to film too, we were so go that I really don't think there's a whole lot.
The mental blooper reel.
The mental blooper reel is crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And people were really happy about Crafty. Did I tell you that?
No.
I had like 3 separate people come up to me and say like, specifically, our Crafty was good.
Aww.
And I was like, thank you. We tried really
I know,
hard.
we tried really hard on Crafty. Because I have been on sets where it's like, here's a granola bar.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah, I had like 3 different people say that. I was like, I appreciate that. Thank you for seeing me.
Also, that is another funny story. My food and my coffee kept disappearing on set. And I was telling you about this earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
But I would start eating my bagel, and then I would go to grab something like my script or something, planning on coming back, but then the counter would get cleared for the shot and my bagel would disappear.
Gone.
And that happened so much. I would open up a bag of chips and I would get up to go like block a scene with Mackenzie. Coming back to my chips that's like next to my script, chips gone.
Gotta keep it on you, man.
Chips gone.
Gotta
Also,
stay strapped.
we almost had the worst accident ever.
Don't even tell me.
The coffee incident.
Oh, you really scared me.
It really could have been so bad,
It
though.
could have with your outfit, but thank the Lord it was totally
Well, also,
fine.
Harry was standing next to me, and it could have gotten all over him, and then we would have been like...
It could have, but we could have figured that out.
We could have figured it out.
But your outfit was all cream, like white linen, and I just ran straight into Emma's outstretched
I was
arm.
like talking to Harry, who plays Sam in this, and I was going to point at the house. And,
very fast
and I was
strong.
holding my coffee that I had taken 2 sips of, and
so full.
Like as I'm pointing, Brynna runs past me, knocks my hand, whole coffee goes everywhere, hot coffee.
Literally in slow motion.
Harry's like standing in front of me. By some miracle, did not get a spot on me or on Harry.
On anything, just the grass.
It was kind of.
We kind of killed it. We did really good. Are there any moments you want to share? Anything you want to say before Clover kind of starts fading into the background?
Don't even say that.
I'm just fucking with it.
When we were working on the last scene, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna cry just because I'm so tired right now. And like right before that, I remember I almost started crying, and I don't know why. Like somebody said something to me, and I was like, oh, I am gonna start crying. And then I was like, no, I can't do that. And Noah and Alex who did our audio.
Alex, MVP of the shoot, unanimously agreed upon, by the way.
And they walk out, and I'm like, oh my God, last scene, like I'm gonna cry. And Noah was like, it's okay. Like, it's not like it's like this big film that you've like worked so hard on for so long, that like this story's so personal to you and it like means a lot to you, and now it's almost over. And I was like,
why is he evil?
I was like, I will recast you.
What episode does Charlie die in?
No, for Justice for Charlie, not anymore. Which it did make me laugh so hard when he said that, but I was like thinking about that. And then we got to the last scene, and then Emily, our first AD, she was like, yeah, last shot. And I was like,
it did come really quick after that.
I said,
like,
what?
hold up. It popped up really, really quick.
And then we did it, and we had to adjust something, and then we did another take, and I was like, oh shoot, that was a good take.
Shoot, a good take.
I was like, we don't have anything else, and everybody's looking at me.
Just, hey.
And I'm like, oh, I don't want to say it. And then I was like, that is a wrap on Clover. And mid-sentence Clover, I started crying, and I turned around, and like Isabella's like trying to hold on to me, and I'm like, I don't even know what's happening behind me. And Brenna's running up, and I had Brynna run out, or I had Caden. Best
Pookie
PA,
Bear.
Best PA, had Caden run out and get flowers for our 2 leads. And so I turn around, they have their flowers, and I'm just like trying not to sob because I knew we were going to do photos. So I was like, you better get it together. I did sob Monday night after work. I think that was partly due to exhaustion.
Yes.
But also just a lot of things clicked with me.
It had to come out.
Yeah. And I just started I also could not talk Monday morning. Like, I went to speak Monday morning. Didn't happen. And for a girl who yaps as much as I do, and I would go to like a 4-hour Taylor Swift concert, belt my lungs out, talk about it with friends after, have no issues.
That's crazy.
I was like, and now I'm speechless. Like, that's a hard thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It was just like hearing the actors like say so many good things about their experience, or like telling me I'm like the best director
Like
or whatever.
ever.
That is a different it's a different type of like, I don't know, affirmation that I just never thought that I would hear. And so that just was like probably what broke me at the end, was hearing that from both of them.
Yeah.
And them being like, Claire's like, let's go to Chewy's. And I'm like, I would love to go to Chewy's. Like,
That's gonna be so cute.
oh my God, I literally have to go to Chewy's with Claire. Twin, where have you been? But overall, it was such a great experience. I feel like it was exactly what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
And
more.
Yeah. And more. It just went by way too fast. Yeah.
It did. It always does.
Yeah.
Good times fly by.
It's just weird because, like, pre-pro felt like it took forever.
Yeah, it was a drag, for sure.
And then it was like, my birthday, blink, production. And I said...
That's exactly actually what it felt like. It was your birthday, we were at the vineyard, and then, boom, we're on set.
And I was like...
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very quick.
Yeah.
But you did it. I'm so proud of you. That was your first one. That's such a big step. It's so hard doing that for the first time. Like, it is terrifying. But you did it. And you did so good. And you're hearing people talk about it. Like, it's true.
Yeah, that's crazy. There was somebody, actually, a friend from high school. Her name is Hope. But she had commented on my BTS post today and reminded me of, like, my senior year of high school. I took a film studies class. And that's really what kickstarted all of this. Because I was so set on doing theater and acting. And then I took that film class, and shout out to Mr. Matthews, because, like, learning about the breakdown of film really opened up a lot of things for me. And we had to make a film that year just for, like, funsies for that class. And I did, like, this horror film, like, kidnapping type of thing. And we shot it in my house in, like, a couple hours with Allison, too. Allison was there. And I had all these, like, really fun shots. Like, I put my camera in the fridge and had it face out and, like, open the fridge door and everything. And my parents were, like, asleep upstairs. We're shooting at, like, midnight. Hope is, like, screeching in the woods behind my house. Somebody definitely thought that somebody died. That's where all this started. Like, it started with that first little film in high school. And now this is, like, my directorial debut. Also, so insane that I wrote this by myself. I figured out this one thing that I was really struggling with the script. And then suddenly, like, it all came together. And then I was like, I think I have a script.
Hi, Boone.
Hi.
Yeah, no, like, three or four different people came up to me asking if I helped write the script. And I was like, no. Emma literally just did it. I read it and was like, maybe put a comma here or something. But, like, it wasn't even, like...
Yeah, and I had, like...
nothing.
I had Zeta read it and, like, give me some notes on what she thought. But, like...
It was... No, it was you. It was your story. It was so personal and, like, identity driven of, like, all these what ifs. And things are so personal and private. I feel like it couldn't have been written with anyone else. It was you. It was, like, always you with that. So you slayed.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
I was like, hell no, I didn't write this. No one's dying in it. I didn't write it. Not me.
Not in the short film.
Short. I'm just kidding.
Can you imagine? Charlie dies in the feature.
The candles on the portrait.
Oh my God, that was another crazy thing. Was like, there's a scene towards the end, and I'm not going to spoil it,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a picture of Daisy and Charlie in a bedroom.
A place. It's just chilling.
It's chilling somewhere. And where it was at, it was a little empty. So we were trying to like
put some things in, fill the space, set decorate,
like,
you know.
Yeah. And suddenly there's like a couple candles.
Let's throw some candles on there.
It looked like a shrine. It looked like it looked like Charlie died.
Charlie was dead. Charlie was gone.
It looked like they both died.
It was really sad and depressing. We're like, maybe let's change that, actually.
Maybe leave one
Let's
candle.
fly out the candles.
Let's fly out the candles and fly in like jewelry.
In memoriam.
I was like, it looks like they both died in like a tragedy.
We changed it. It was fine.
We changed it.
That
it
was
funny. That was hilarious. It was also hilarious. I don't think you were in there. Well, I know you weren't in there, but we shot this scene on a bed and the covers were like so heavy. They kept sliding off the bed during the yes. So after every single take, me and Taylor would like yank the covers up and like tucking them in.
That's cute.
And they were like, I'm not gonna say who it was, but they were like, I think the last time I got tucked into bed was like by my mom and like elementary
That is
school.
so cute and funny. Stop.
I'm over there like yanking the comforter and like tucking them in. Anyway,
that's cute. I like that.
Yeah, it was funny.
Any parting words where we had? This isn't the last time we speak on Clover. Don't even start. Don't even start. Attachment issues. Okay, this isn't it. But for this episode,
I don't know. Just like a massive thank you to every single person, because I was able to be so level-headed and chill and have so much fun on that set because everybody else was like stressed out and working hard. Mm-hmm. And I was aware of that the entire time. And I'm very grateful for that. And like especially you, because need to note this, we shot a scene in a parking lot like around the corner from our apartment. My apartment was a mess because we had filmed something here prior. And like the whole weekend I was expecting Brynna to be like next to me at the monitor. I saw Brynna 5% this weekend.
So true. I also was like, that's what I pictured. Just
me
like
too.
I was not there.
I never saw you because you were doing so much.
Sometimes I was napping though. Like
I did know that,
yeah,
and that was okay. And that was okay.
And I did.
And that was okay.
That was allowed at
But
that moment in time.
I remember like we were shooting out there, and I was like, "Where is Brynna?" And they were like, "Oh, Brynna grabbed these people, and they're back at your apartment, like moving and cleaning everything and getting it ready for the next shot." And I was like, "What?" And like that, you were doing that type of thing the entire weekend.
That was also definitely in part to Emily.
Oh, yeah.
Low-key, she would be like, yo, what if you started doing this? And I was like, great idea. Let's do that. Like, yes.
Awesome idea.
So also definitely team effort there.
Yeah.
Even just on doing that.
Yeah.
And then just me dragging Callista anywhere I went, like, you're coming with me. And we're going to go do this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just always doing stuff. And then, like, it was a lot of, like, hurry up, do this thing, go crazy. And then, like, okay, now I'm going to sit in silence for a second. And they're going to film. And I'm going to go crazy, go do this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know.
Yeah.
And then, like, talking to people, talking them off the ledge, figuring things out, figuring out schedules, figuring out lunch. A lot of that stuff was very interesting. But there's also times where Calista and I were just driving to Chick-fil-A, getting the lunch, you know, having a cute little time.
Well, and you were very much, we had tried to figure out what your role was going to be in this for so long. And I do feel like production manager was the best title.
I also agree. Couldn't agree more.
Because I do feel like that's also a big reason why I didn't feel a lot of stress, because I feel like everybody was going to you.
Yeah. That's what I was like, I need you to be in La La fantasy world, locked in with the actors, and that if there's a problem, take it to me, and I'm like, if this is above my pay grade, we're gonna go to you, Mackenzie. But if not, let's try me first, so that if it's something I can do, let me just
and
do
I
it.
fully appreciated that.
It just
so
worked
much.
out, like hierarchy of like problems and leadership. I think helped. Like it just worked out. It worked out. It was so fun and so perfect and good. I'm so proud of what we did, and everyone had a good time. And I'm so happy and grateful, and we all feel the same. It was a really great start to Honeywell.
Oh my god.
It was.
So the place we were shooting on Sunday, we just so happened, like a couple weeks prior to shooting, because our friends live at that house, go past their house. And the street over from their house is literally called Cloverleaf Drive.
That was crazy. Also, just during this whole process, like even in pre-pro, but really it started ramping up right when we were getting close to production. So many idiosyncrasies like that started lining up. Whether it was like numbers specific to you and this like number thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Cloverleaf. Kept seeing Honeywell, Clover, literally in everything. Do you know how many people I've seen in the last week at work that have a 4-leaf clover tattoo or necklace? I've never seen that in my life before.
I was just thinking about it.
A tattoo?
I was just thinking.
Ah!
I don't think I can do it because I can't, like, the commitment.
We have our rings.
We have our rings. We have our Clover rings.
Clover rings. That's basically a tattoo.
That's basically a tattoo.
Without the commitment.
Yeah. But I do remember saying for a long time, I was like, if I were to ever get a tattoo, it would be for my first film.
What? Book an appointment at Jelly Rolls. We're going in. Wait, Emma.
I can't do it. But I do remember saying that a lot a few years ago.
Really?
Yeah. But I was always like, because the ideas for films I had at the time, I was like, well, what am I even going to get?
Emma.
Now my first film was Clover, and I said, ooh.
Emma. It doesn't have to be like, everyone's I've seen is like a huge fat like green. It could be like a tiny like black.
No, I see it being like my ring. But like even just like an outline. But I don't know where I would get it, you know?
I'll find out those spots. You messed up telling me that. We're getting your ass in a tattoo seat. Oh my god. That's a fun note to leave off on.
Yeah. My parents are going to call me.
Emma,
definitely not.
What?
Definitely not.
No. We listened. Yeah, we watched it.
Definitely not.
No. But thank you guys so much for listening and supporting us and hearing all the ins and outs. If you have any questions, feel free to DM us. Follow us. Subscribe on all the things. Subscribe to our Substack, our free newsletter. All the things you'll find in our description. And thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.